Hello everybody, welcome to No Sevens Dice Club. Today we're not going to go over a strategy. In fact, the next 2 weeks I want to talk to you guys about dice setting and one of the dice sets that I use here locally at the casinos, and it helps me out really well. And it's the 1515 dice set. It hits a lot of smalls and it hits a lot of talls. I have yet to hit a couple of alls with it. I've hit a couple of alls at the house, but never at the casino. I've always been one number short. Either it's the 2 or it's the 8 or whatever it is. It's so crazy. But anyway, I want to introduce to you guys the dice set that I'm using, and I want to cover it over today. So the dice set we're going to use is the 1515. And what it is that we're going to line it up like this and like this. And what we are going to do is we're going to use a 3-finger grip, and we're going to grab the dice so that way it's in the middle. So that way your thumb is right here, right in dead center. And then when you flip it around, it's the other way too. You see how it's perfectly lined up. And I'm going to put this down, and then what we're going to do is we're going to line it up straight, because that's what you always want to do, is you want to line up your dice perfectly straight. So that way when they're lined up, and I'm going to show you guys in 1 second so that way I can get them. But you see how they're perfectly lined up, and this is what you want to do every single time, is you want to have these dice perfectly lined up every single time. So you either use a line, and I have my table's a little bit shorter, so I have my don't pass bar right here, and I did it on purpose so that way I can reach my whole entire table. But if you don't have a line here when you're at the craps table, you can always use your odds bet, or you can always use your pass line bet to help keep you center. So that way you're like, all right, this is my pass line. And what you want to do is you want to have it set every single time. And then when you grab them, you put your fingers down in front. So that way they're all going to be lined up. So that way they're all like this. And then when you grab them, they're perfectly aligned, ready to go. Just like this. Just like this. You're going to grab them. They're going to be perfectly straight. You're going to bring them up to about 2 or 3 inches. And then you're going to release. And then you're going to go back, and then you're going to release. And that's what you want to hear. When you hear that smack on the dice, that's what we are looking for in the dice. We want that good smack, because that means the dice are landing flat. And when the dice land flat, here, hold on 1 second. And when the dice land flat, you want them to land hard, like flat, because that's releasing all the energy in the dice. You don't want them to land on the side. You don't want to land on this side, corner, whatever else. You want them to land perfectly flat to disperse all that energy. Because if they land on the side, the corner, whatever else, it's going to be a total random roll. And what we are trying to do as a dice setter is to land them perfectly flat, so that way all the energy dissipates and it hits the back wall and it just bounces. All right, I'm going to do a couple of rolls with you, but I want to go over that stuff with you first. So I'm going to put you down, and you're going to look down the craps table. I'm going to shoot this a couple of times and see how we do. All right, so hold on. All right, guys, I'm back. I had to adjust my camera a little bit, but one thing I wanted to mention to you guys with this dice set, this was the previous roll that we just had was the 1-3, is that what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep one of these dice, we're trying to either keep a 1 at all times, because if we hit a 1, we're always going to do well, unless we hit, this number. But the main thing is with this dice set, the 1-5, is that you're going to hit a lot of 3s, you're going to hit a lot of 4s. And you're also going to hit a lot of 6s. You're never going to hit a hard 6 unless you go completely off axis. But if you're going to hit a lot of soft 6s with this, that's going to be your most dominant number out of everything. And this is a great horn, a great field numbers too. So you're going to hit a lot of horn numbers with this. A lot of 3s, a lot of yos, and a couple of 2s. Every once in a while you'll pop a 12. There was casino I was at a couple of weeks ago, I hit the I hit 5 threes on the come out, and I was making money. I mean, I was happy. I was tickled pink, you know, because I had a $5 crap check, and man, I was, you know, I was making money every single time, so I was doing great. I was tickled pink. Everybody else was losing money, but except for me. But anyway, so I want to go over this with you and show you how I throw it and the proper grip and stuff. So it's a 1-5. So the fives are there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put our hands in front of it like I always do. So that way my fingers are perfectly aligned. Okay. Make sure you guys can see that. Okay. Because I got the, yes. So my dice are perfectly aligned. And my hands, I always put down my hands to make sure that they're perfectly straight. So that way when I grab it, it is right there. It's not correct. So it's right there. Dice are nice and tight. 3-finger grip. Up about medium way. And I have it. There you go. And I always want my hand to be like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring it back and toss. And that's the smack we're looking for. And just like I mentioned, 1, 2, 3. So you just hit the 3. And that's what we're trying to aim for. Is we're always trying to have a 1 on that dice. The only thing we just don't want is that 6-1. So we're going to go 1-5, 1-5. I'm going to do a couple of these with you. We're going to bring it up about 3 or 4 inches away from the thing. I'm going to bring it back and release. And the 3, 2, 5. And with this dice set, the 1-5, 1-5, you are going to average. Once when you get this throw down and stuff, you're going to average about anywhere from 8 to 15 times before you see a 7. And I say that now and then watch the 7 pop up, but I can usually average 8 good rolls, 8 to low 20s is my range, and it's more on average. It's about 12 for me. But I know this roll is good for at least 3 rolls, and I can get myself in and out of danger zone and pull my bets down because I'm only playing for 3 or 4 hits, and then I'm getting down off of this off the board, and I don't want to play anymore. I just want to collect my money and wait for my next turn. So it was a 5-5. So it was perfect, and we flip it over. We notice we got the 4s. So they went off a little bit, but look, the 1-5, 1-5. And that's what we were looking for. So we had the hard 10. And I'm going to bring you guys down the other end too in a second. All right, so that's the 6, 3, 9. And what's nice about this die set, the 1-5, 1-5, is it's pretty forgiving. You can throw this pretty crazy. It doesn't have to be spot on. It's gonna help you out most of the time. But your most dominating 7 out of this is going to be the 5-2, and sometimes you will pick up that 6-1 also. But your most dominating 7 is going to be that 5-2. Or in this case, the 3, 4, 7. I'm talking while I'm shooting dice, so that always happens whenever I'm talking. I'm not focused on what I need to do. But that was 3, 4, 7. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to move you guys down. All right, I'm going to try to shoot around this camera, so work with me. But I'm going to use the 1-5, 1-5 dice set. I want to show you my landing zone, where I land at, and the smacking of the dice. Remember, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a smack. We want that hard smack on the table. Just like that. All right, so that is the 3, 2, 5. So we're going to bring that in. There's your 2. Oop. There you go. There's your 2. And there's your 3. 3, 2, 5. All right. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of these, and then I'm going to do one session with you and show you what it looks like. Just remember, line up your middle finger right on the center part of that dice, right in between both of them, and just release. So that is the 4, 4. That is the hard 8. If you notice that it was off, that was not what it was supposed to be. that's how they're forgiving. So that's what's nice about them. But it is the 4-4, the heart 8, right there. All right, so we're going to set it up again. 1-5, 1-5. Just like that hard smack. All right, the 5-4, 9. And sometimes the casino will fuss at you if you're short. I got lectured pretty good recently for not hitting the back wall, and I had the dice taken away from me after the second time of not hitting the back wall. And needless to say, I got pretty heated at the casino because I was not happy about having the dice taken away from me. Normally they just warn you, which they did the first time, but the second time they actually took them away. I never actually had that ever happen to me before. That was off. So that is the 1-2, and you can hear how the dice didn't smack and how it was off, and that's how this dice combination is forgiving. But that is a 1-2. And next week I'm going to go over a perfect strategy of how to play this dice set, the 1-5-1-5. All right, we're going to do one more, and then we're going to play a quick session and see how we do. See if we can make some money with this dice set. All right, so the 3-1-4, as you can see, there is a common theme with this 1. So we hit the 1 and the 3, and then we're going to start marking it. All right, last one, and then we'll see how we do. Just like that. And that is the 5-3-8. Oop, dice rolled, but that was a 5. There you go, a 5-3-8. And so I'm going to pause this for a second. I'm going to bring you guys back into view, and then we're going to actually keep track of how we do setting the dice and see what our 7-out ratio is. So hold on. Alrighty, guys, we're going to do one quick little session, and then we're going to see where we are. So let's go from here. And I'm going to try to maneuver all around these cables and everything else I have, and you guys can see how lovely this little table is. Might not be the prettiest craps table, but it is effective and it helps me out at the casinos. All right, here we go. The 5-1-6. So there's a 6, there's your 5, and there is your 1. So let's see what else we can get. And that's what we're looking for, that hard smack. So that is the 3. So there it is, the 2-1-3. The 6-4-10. I don't know if you guys can see that in view, but that is the 6-4-10. I'll bring it in to view for you guys. The 6 and the 4. And there's the 10. And this is a good die set for semi-bouncy craps tables, and this is also good for hard tables too. I haven't tried it on a super bouncy table yet, mainly because we do not have a lot of them down here down south, but there is a few. The 3-1-4. And you will hit a lot of fours with this. I do notice that I hit a lot of fours. So there's the 314. And remember, the only thing we're trying to play for is 3 hits. So I only need one more, and we're good. Just 6, 3, 9, and right now I'll be pulling down my bets. So I think I hit the 6 first. We'll mark that 6 as a point marker. And then what we're going to do is at 9. All right. So right now I've already hit everything I needed to on the board. I've already made my money, and I am pulling down my bets. And now I'm just going to play for the ATS, which I should be able to hit one of them. One ATS bet. The 2-2, the hard 4. What did I tell you? You're going to hit a lot of 4s. It's unusual you hit a hard 4, but you do hit it. So that is the 2-2, so I'll bring it into view. There's the 2. Oop. And there's the other 2. So with that, it means my dice are staying on access. And that's what you want. You want your dice to stay on access. That was a bad roll. And there's the 6. When I tell you, you're going to hit a lot of soft 6s. So that is a 6. So we're going to go ahead and mark that 6. And right now, if I was at the casino, I would pick up my pass line bet that I won. And I would tip the dealers, and I'll walk right out the casino. I've already made my money. Because I'm playing, you know, either $50 on the table, or I have $100, or, you know, at least quarters all the way down, if not, you know, $50 all the way down. So 50 on the 4, 50 on the 5, 50 on the 9 and 10, and then, you know, 60 and 60 on the 6 and 8. You know, the main thing is just don't get greedy and try to win a whole bunch of money. The main thing is play smart. That way you can live to fight another day. So the 3, 2, 5. All right. And right now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 8. So if I had bets still on this table, I would pull them all down. I wouldn't even keep my bets up. So I know I'm getting up there in my count. One, 2, 3. Easy as playing craps. I can't think of anything that rhymes with 1, 2, 3. Easy as me, I don't know. I didn't come here to rhyme. I came here to shoot craps. So the 1, 2. The 6, 5, yo. So we are one number away from hitting the small. Just like I said, this is an ATS killer. If you want something that's going to kill ATS bonus bets, this is the dice set, the 1, 5, 1, 5. The only thing we need is the 2. Let's see if we can't get that 2. That was off. Whew, and I survived. 4, 2, 6. Like I said, easy 6s from all day long. We haven't hit the 8, and this is what happened to me last time. I hit every number at the casino except for the 8. I hit the 12. I hit every number except for an 8. I couldn't get an 8 to save my life. I couldn't even buy an 8. I mean, I even tried trying to convince the dealers to give me, to just say I hit the 8. Oh, that's off too. The 4, 1, 5. So that's our point. So we're going to hit our point. Point marker is going to come off. That's going to go right here. Dice roll. That was a 4. If I can get it back over. There we go. A 4 and a 1. Remember, what we're trying to do is either have a 1 or a 6 on one of those dice. Preferably a 1. So the point marker is going to come off. I'm going to pick up the dice and we're going to shoot them again. The main thing is to know right where your landing zone is. Where you're shooting all the time. That was horrible. The 628, look at that. Ding, 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 ding. Just have to talk about it sometimes and you'll get there. So the 628, it's going to go right there. Dice rolled. That was it. That was a 628. And right now we're only need the 2 or the 12 to get our ATS bets. And the 527. Well, we came close. Came close. And that, like I said, this is going to be our most dominating 7 with this dice set, the 5-2. And the only thing we were trying to do was try to get 4 or 5 hits. And we did more than that. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13's on average. I told you you probably get to the mid-teens with it. And now pretty much will be about it. I'm going to bring you guys down real quick and I'm going to show you guys of how to do the throw real quick. So hold on one second. Alrighty, so I'm going to toss the dice just a little bit so that way you guys can see how I'm doing the throw, just in case you guys want a little bit of a refresh. And then next week we're going to go over a strategy of how to play the 1-5-1-5. So we're going to go up right here, bring them back a little bit, and release. And that is the 5-1, that is the 6. So get all these wires and everything else out my way. All right, so we're going to line them up, make sure that they're perfect, bring them up a little bit, release, and smack. All right, the 3-2-5. Right there for you guys, 3-2-5. Forgot to show you the other one, the 5-1-6. So we're going to bring them up. Going to make sure they're in line. Bring them up. 4-1-5. What we're all trying to do is just trying to keep that 1 on the top. As long as we can keep that 1 on the top, man, we got a really good chance of making a lot of money. So, oh my goodness, there goes the dogs. All right. So, bring them up. Horrible, 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 horrible throw. 6-2-8. Not feeling great after that throw. 6-2-8. We're going to do a couple more and then that's it. We're going to grab, we're going to put our fingers right here. And right there, you see how they're perfectly aligned all the way across? You're going to come back. Off the short roll, 3-2-5. That was a horrible bounce. And that's what's really nice about this dice combination is that even if you do mess up, you don't have to be perfect on your throw. The main thing is you just want that smack. You just want that hard smack. And dice off the table. All right. So, well, guys, I do appreciate you hanging around with me to the end. But I just want to give you the 1-5-1-5 dice combination. Stay tuned for next week, and I will show you a perfectly great strategy to go with this dice set, the 1-5-1-5 dice set. And if you have any comments, please send them below, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Thank you.